Hello everyone, new project time. What do we have here? This is a 1970s, I don't know the exact year, Matsumoku Epiphone ET275. I just picked this up last night. It does have some issues. I do have the tremolo cover, so that's cool. The switch does not seem to be working. Both pickups work. The switch is kind of intermittent. I can occasionally get it to work. So I think what we're gonna do is try to clean this up the best we can. There's a couple of little finished chips, like one right there, and then there's one on the back of the upper bout. We're gonna clean up the frets. It's got a brass nut, which is pretty cool. We are going to replace the tuners because they are just the cheapy cheaps of cheaps, and I don't like them. But we're gonna replace the tuners. I ordered a correct whammy bar, and we're gonna fix whatever's wrong with the electronics, and then we're gonna try to kind of polish this up cosmetically as well. And then, I don't know, we will play it, see how it sounds. Let's get started. Okay, step one, let's get the old strings off. If you tie your strings on, you're an asshole. That's all there is to it. You obviously have never played a show in your life. It's the stupidest thing you can do is tie your damn strings on. Forgive my French. Alright. Now that I'm done bitching, let's take the truss rod cover off. I was told when I bought this guitar that maintenance had been done to it. It's a younger guy I bought it from. I think it was his father's. He had a bunch of musical equipment that was pretty old. I'm guessing his dad maybe passed away, or maybe he was selling it for him, who knows. But I can tell you that if maintenance had been done to this, it wouldn't be in the condition it was in. We have a Allen wrench truss rod. Kind of didn't expect that on a guitar this old, but shows what I know. Let's start by checking how straight this neck is and seeing if the truss rod works. I'm gonna assume that this is 24 3/4, and it is. And our neck is almost flat, which is really cool. So let's find the right truss rod wrench and give it a little tighten. I already checked to see if it was tight, and it was completely loose, which means this neck is super duper stable, which is pretty rad. Because you should never just tighten a truss rod. You should always loosen it first and see where you're at. That looks pretty good, but I'm going to pick it up and check it out against the light. Maybe just a smidge more. I can still see a little bit of light, so I'm going to see if I can go just a bit further. I don't want to go crazy here and break the damn thing, but I think we can get a little bit more out of it. Yep, and actually I would say that was maybe a smidge too much. So we're good. The truss rod still has some adjustability to it. Perfect. The nice thing is we're going to leave this neck off, probably for a couple of days while we're working on this. So it's going to change. So we're going to adjust it again when we're doing setup. But for now, let's take the neck off. Too bad that is worn away. We might be able to kind of tell what year it was. Looks like it said 522. Flip this back over. Oh, it looks like we are going to probably have to get the pick guard off before we mess with the neck. Do what you gotta do. So step next, pick guard. Let's see what kind of magic this beholds. Nya, nya, nya. Man, we're gonna have to pull out the whole damn pickup to get the neck out? We might. Nice to know the covers aren't on the pickups, which is probably a sign of microphonics to come. That's alright, we can fix that too, can't we? God only knows what those pickups are. Just some weirdo Japanese stuff. Guess what? I like weirdo Japanese stuff. Now the neck comes out. Ooh, and it was shimmed. Did it need to be shimmed? Maybe. We will hold on to that. Okay. And this is like a enclosed switch, so I guess it's good that I bought a new switch, because I bought a new switch just in case, and I figured I would use it on something else. And I bought an enclosed one because I had a funny feeling that that was what was hiding in there. Here's our bridge pickup, same kind of thing. They look kind of like Shaler's. Now let's get the bridge off. No disassemble Johnny 5. You know, it's funny now that there's a lot of respect for Japanese guitars. When I was a kid, these guitars were just treated like utter trash. They were just like, nope, nope, no good, no good. So our tremolo spring is obviously pretty loose. That's all right. Damn, look at the thing for the bar. Beef. Take note, Fender. Holy shit. All right, I'll set that aside for a minute and get this ground wire out of here. And we shall free the pick guard and the pickups. We shall put them over there. Okay, we're almost there. Just a couple of strap buttons away. All right, that is it for the body. That was pretty darn easy. It's a little gross. We'll clean it up, dump the detritus from it, get the rest of this neck disassembled. I love these multi-piece maple necks from 70s Japanese guitars. No frets, like super duper duper low frets, which I'm not a huge fan of, but some people like, so I'm not gonna play with them. I am probably going to be selling this guitar when I'm done with it, so if you're into fretless wonders, or you yourself maybe feel like doing a fret job, have I got a guitar for you? And since it has a tremolo, I'm going to put locking tuners on it just to see if somebody can get a little more performance out of this puppy. And I will include all the original parts, of course. However, the tuners probably won't fit when I'm done. Sorry. And I know, probably as well as a lot of you guys do, that you can use these tuners. There's really not that much wrong with them, but with a tremolo, locking tuners are really nice. The modern tuning ratios are so much higher, so you can get much more precision. And that is pretty much the end of the disassembly we're going to do for this. The nut is still good. Brass nut. Pretty awesome, actually. It was cut pretty well. I guess, you know, we got to get the tuner bushings out. That should be super fun. Okay, so here's my method for popping these little guys out. I've got a little deburring tool that's just big enough. And I'm just giving them a little tap and pop. They come right out. Not too dangerous. As long as you're not, you know, beating the living snot out of them. It is pretty much time to start cleaning this thing up, maybe doing some finish repair. I'm going to get all of these little parts into a magnetic tray so I don't lose them. I'm going to Ziploc the tuners up. Guess we could disassemble the bridge the rest of the way here. That might be good. So let's start by releasing the tremolo spring. If it moves still, God knows it probably hasn't been used in 30 years. Oh, how thoughtful. They put a little foamy in there. I don't really know what good that's for, but whatever. Check out that cobweb. That's pretty hardy. And let's take out this wacky bridge. Hanging bridge. Such a weird design. Cool though. That's why I love this Japanese stuff. It's just not like anything else. They don't really make stuff like this anymore. I mean, some companies do. Some of the more fringe boutique manufacturers do. Put that screw back in before it goes away forever. I mean, I'm going to take it apart and clean it, but still. There we go. We have some cobwebbery down here too. All right, my dudes. So I think step next, after I put all this stuff away, is going to be to clean the body thoroughly and really examine the marks on it, because I know there's more than the ones we see, but we can try to make those disappear at least a little bit. We're not going for perfect. We're not, this isn't Rick's Restorations. We're not on, you know, Arts and Entertainment Channel. We're just trying to get this thing looking good so we can you know, play it, have some fun with it, and then maybe pass it along to somebody who's going to love it and rock it. Or if it's, you know, bad to the bone, then maybe it stays in my collection. Who knows? We'll find out.